The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout. Throw your hands up and shout. Throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, 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 yeah. Say you will. Shout it right now, baby. Say you will. Come on, come on. Say you will. Come on and shout. Say you will. Yeah. Shout. Buffalo's happening now. Shout. We're on the move now. Shout. The Bills are happening now. Shout. They're making it happen now. Shout. We got the spirit, shout. A lot of spirit, yeah. Shout. We got the spirit. Shout. Just watch it happen now. Hey, 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 hey. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. The Bills make me wanna shout. The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout. Throw your hands up and shout. Throw your head back and shout. Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, 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 yeah. Say you will. Shout it right now, baby. Say you will. Come on, come on. Say you will. Come on and shout. Say you will. Yeah. Shout. Buffalo's happening now. Shout. We're on the move now. Shout. The Bills are happening now. Shout. They're making it happen now. We got the spirit, a lot of spirit, yeah. We got the spirit. Just watch it happen now. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. Let's go Buffalo. The Bills make me wanna shout.
What's up, Buffalo fanatics, Bills Mafia? What is happening? How are you guys doing? It's game day, baby. Let's get this thing popping. Oh, I'm so excited. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is the BF Tailgate. We are here right now celebrating the Buffalo Bills game day, the home opener. Raiders at Bills. Here in a very short moment. The Bills looking for redemption, baby. Looking for redemption to get out of that 0-1 chase and finally get into the win column to go 1-1, getting that bad taste out of the mouth from last week. It is time, Bills, Raiders. Shout out to everybody right now who is joining me live, whether you're watching live on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, wherever you're watching from. Grace and peace to everybody. It's your man, Rev. I am here, back at it for another edition of the BF Tailgate, presented by none other than Underdog Fantasy. And let's go ahead real quick and take a listen at this sponsor, and I'll be right back. Smash that like and hit the subscribe button while you're in here. Let's get it popping, baby.
Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. It's also the fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. In the Pick'em game, you can pick whether your favorite players will have a higher or lower stat total in that week's game for a chance to win big. And as you already know, I'm going Josh Allen higher in yards every single week. So sign up today with promo code Buffalo Fanatics and get your first deposit doubled up to $100. Visit UnderdogFantasy.com or find them in the App Store. And don't forget to register with promo code Buffalo Fanatics to get your first deposit doubled up to $100.
Make sure you go ahead and get that done, like ASAP. Let's keep it moving, baby. I'm so excited about this game. I am so excited about this game. I don't know about you all, but if you guys are as fired up about today's game as I am, drop those fire emojis in the chat right now, baby. It's time to rev it up. I don't know what y'all were expecting, but you know what you're going to get from me, baby. It's all gas, no brakes. And we are here to give it to you like no other, baby. Like no other. Smash that like if you haven't already done it yet. And go to support bf.com right now. Make sure that you guys are plugged in to the Buffalo Fanatics this year. It's going to be a wild and crazy ride. I'm telling you right now. Don't worry about what happened last week. That's in the past, baby. But we got 17 games. And if you think the Buffalo Bills are not going to be on top of the AFC when it's all said and done, you're crazy, you're tripping, you're smoking some grass. Don't worry about it. It's redemption time. And your Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, Gabe Davis, everybody else, they about to make do what it do, baby. They're going to do what it do. This game, yeah, I said it. Do what it do, baby. And I can't wait for it. So you guys are in the right place. You guys are definitely in the right place. And today's show is going to be rapid fire style. I've got my man Pierre the Kingpin waiting for the live game day reaction. You know how he does it. He's gonna rev it up another notch, baby. Nobody does live game day reactions like my man Kingpin. So you want to make sure you keep it locked right here on the Fanatics. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere today. We are going to keep you guys full of Bills content, man. Locked and loaded from start to finish. That's how we do it. So stay right here. But we're going to jump right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Also, while you guys are in it, man, let me know where you're watching the show from. It's the roll call, baby. I see you guys in the house right now, already keeping it live, making it popping. I've got Raiders fans in here. It's all gravy, baby. Everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. It's going to be a good game. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yo, the game day inactives have already come out for the Buffalo Bills. And so I want to go ahead and touch on that right now. Hold on. That's the wrong one. Wrong one. Where'd it go? Here it is. I just downloaded it. Let me see here where it went. Game day inactives. Hold on a second. Let me pull it up. In case you guys have not seen it, I don't think I did it. So let me go ahead and upload it real quick. Here it is. So the Bills game day inactives. As you can see, once again, Damar Hamlin, safety. Cornerback Kyer Elam, defensive end Kingsley Jonathan, guard Jermaine Ifedi, and tackle Alec Anderson are all inactive for today's game. So when I initially looked at this, first and foremost, I thought that the Buffalo Bills made a huge mistake just from an emotional standpoint by inactivating Damar Hamlin. When we all know that this game is of course it's won by the players, executing and whatever, but it's a highly emotional game as well. And so when you come off of a loss on Monday Night Football like the Bills did, you need every bit of emotion as you can, every bit of motivation as you can going into this game. I'm not saying that the Bills don't have their own motivations, but man, you got to ride that emotional and motivational wave. When you look at what they have going on right now, they've got they got Takeo Spikes, who's coming in. He is the legend of the game. So you've got him going to go ahead and fire up the Mafia. Okay? He's going to fire up the Mafia. Then you've already had a fan tribute for Eddie. You guys know Eddie, right? Little Eddie and his dad Nick. He was. The Bills put out a little video where he got a chance to meet Jordan Poyer, and Jordan Poyer and the Bills really honored him and the loss of his son Eddie. And you guys go ahead and check it out. I didn't bring the clip with me, but go ahead and check it out. It's all on the Buffalo Bills social media. And so you've got that emotion, right? But then I thought that they had another opportunity to capitalize by having Damar Hamlin activated and letting him lead the charge out of the tunnel with the flag in front of Bills Mafia. I thought that was set up, right? It was eerily reminiscent of Bills Pats Week 18 last year, right? I thought that everything was setting up for that, but they decided that they weren't going to activate Damar Hamlin. I thought, come on, man. You guys have to take advantage of certain things like that. So, needless to say, they decided not to activate DeMar Hamlin, so he is inactive again for the second straight game. But also, who is inactive again is cornerback Kaiir Elam. Former first-round draft pick Kaiir Elam is sitting the bench again. Didn't even get a jersey. Again. Craziness, man. Utter craziness. I don't know what they're going to do with that situation. 2 weeks in, and your former first-round draft pick is inactive. Like that doesn't bode well. If I don't know how much longer this is going to keep up, but they might as well, if the writing's on the wall, they might as well go ahead and get rid of him, man. They might as well go ahead and get rid of him. I don't know what they're doing, but trade him, do something, because having him sitting on the bench for 2 weeks straight is crazy. It makes zero sense to me. I don't know what they're thinking, but hey, what do I know? Right? What do I know? We'll see what happens. But anyway, those are the inactives. Also, no Jermaine Ifedi, guard, and no Alec Anderson. The Buffalo Bills have some work to do, but I'm not tripping, man. I am by no means concerned about this game, and I want to hear you guys' opinions on this matchup. On this matchup against the Las Vegas Raiders coming into town, cross-country trip. What do you think? What are some key matchups that you guys have your eyes on? I spoke about it yesterday on my show, Rated Rev. And by the way, go ahead and check that out. If you haven't already watched it, go ahead and check it out. Some key matchups for me, off the rip. I've got my eyes in the trenches. And it is Spencer Brown going against Max Crosby. Max Crosby is a dog. Okay? He's a dog. And I, by no means, expect Spencer Brown to hold his own against Max Crosby. I don't think it's going to happen. But what I'm looking at is to see if Ken Dorsey is going to utilize some help for Spencer Brown. That's what I want to see. Is he going to bring in Dawson Knox like he did much of last year to help chip and help Spencer Brown out against these pass rushers? Or are they going to be content with leaving him on an island? I've got my eyes on that matchup. I want to know, because let's just be real. Spencer Brown needs to do something this season. He has to. I'm tired of the excuses. Brandon Beane made excuses for him last year, all offseason, as if to justify his lack of movement at that position this offseason. He didn't address it in the draft. He didn't address it in free agency. He didn't bring any competition, really, at all. And so his excuses, in my opinion, are getting pretty lame and tired. Oh, he came from a small school. Oh, he's dealing with the back injury, from last year, and he's kind of recovering from that. Forget all that nonsense, man. He came out of a small school when you drafted him. You still drafted him, and you put him right in the starting right tackle spot. You didn't really have a competition. You just gave him the job. And he has yet to be really tested. He's gotten real comfortable with his seat. Real comfortable. And what has he done? Absolutely nothing. He's looked like hot garbage. Can we be honest? He really has looked bad, especially in pass protection. I need to see Spencer Brown do something. I don't really expect the Bills to do much of anything at that position because, hey, we're 2 weeks into the season right now. What else do you expect them to do? Teams are you're not going to find just, quality right tackles falling off of trees, you know what I'm saying? This early into the season. This is not going to happen. So it is what it is. But he has to step up tremendously. And today is going to be no small task against Max Crosby, who I think is one of the elite pass rushers in the National Football League. I've got my eyes on that matchup. Who else are you guys looking at coming into this game, this matchup? Another matchup, obviously, I think, is Stephon Diggs, right? You want to see Stephon Diggs against Marcus Peters. That's going to be another good matchup. I spoke on that yesterday as well. Both guys like to chirp. They like to talk their trash. They're very physical. They're very intense players. And so this is going to be a battle between Stephon Diggs and Marcus Peters, who's an aging guy in it, but he still has some ability. I'll say this right now. I don't care who Stephon Diggs is matched up against. My money's on him. Stephon Diggs is him, y'all. In case you didn't know, Stephon Diggs is him. We saw last week what he did going against the likes of Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed. My man on 13 targets put up 10 receptions, over 100 yards, and a touchdown. He did that against, arguably one of the best young cornerbacks in the National Football League. Stephon Diggs is going to get his. He's going to get his today. But I still want to see him go off. Because whenever you can get Stephon Diggs, whenever you can get him involved early and often, it only bodes well for the rest of the offense. Right? So Stephon Diggs, I'm expecting him to have a huge game against Marcus Peters and whoever else they decide to trot his way. Stephon Diggs is going to be phenomenal this game. Right? That's what I've got my eyes on. Is there anybody else that you guys are looking at in this matchup? Let me know. Drop it in the chat. I'm trying to scroll through it right now to see if I see anybody. But I'll definitely say this. So I'll mention this one. And this one is kind of more, it's less of a player on a player, but more of a unit. Okay? More of a unit. And let me see. I may be getting a little bit too ahead of myself. Yeah, I'm getting a little too ahead of myself. Let me save that for keys, okay? So you guys continue to drop your key matchups in the chat, and I'll go through it and take a look at it and see if anybody mentions any other matchup that I haven't mentioned myself. Okay, I see Raiders are in the chat already. What's going on, man? Hey, look at it. Turbo Durant, go Raiders. I'll tell y'all right now, man. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. You guys really picked a bad time to play the Bills, man. You guys picked a bad time to play the Bills. You're sadly mistaken if you think the Buffalo Bills are going to have another whiff of a game this week. It's not going to happen. Emotions are riding high. They want to they're anxious to get that taste out of their mouths. Josh Allen is not going to have another game like he did against the Jets. It's not going to happen. The offense is going to do what they do best, which is score points. So you better hope Jimmy G and their offense that's without Jacoby Myers is going to be able to keep up with the Buffalo Bills. Potent offense. Yeah, we're going to talk about it, baby. We're all going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it, baby. We're going to do it. Keys to the game. Keys to the game. I told you this is going to be rapid fire style, man. I've got my man Pierre Kingpin in the back percolating. He's percolating for this matchup, for this game. Percolating. So we're going to hit it rapid fire style. Keys to the game. I need to see the offensive line keep Josh Allen upright in this game. It's always going to start up front for me. The games are won and lost in the trenches. And so I need the offensive line. It's going to be a huge game for the offensive line. I've said it before. These next few games, the Buffalo Bills are going to face some very good defensive fronts. It's not going to be easy for them up front. We saw last week against the Jets, probably one of the best D-lines. The Raiders, again, have very good defensive line, especially on the edge. Max Crosby is a problem. A rookie, Tyree Wilson, is going to be a problem. They have some guys up front that can pose some problems. The issue is going to be whether or not the offensive line of the Buffalo Bills can keep Josh Allen safe. If they can keep him safe. Last week, they didn't really they didn't do that good of a job in that department. Right? They didn't. They really didn't. And so you expect more out of them. You expect more out of the offensive line going forward, especially when you have guys like Mitch Moore's, just a steady guy like him and Deion Dawkins, man, those guys are tenured on this offensive line. You've got new guys in Connor McGovern coming free agency out from Dallas. You've got the rookie Osiris Torrance. Like, you have these guys, man, who are young, and you want the offensive line to continue to gel. They need to continue to improve this year, and it starts in this game. If they want to have a chance to win, they need to make sure they circle Max Crosby this game. I think he's going to be moving around this game to capitalize on certain matchups, although I don't think he has to move too far from Spencer Brown, but I digress. Okay? The goal is they need to keep him upright, keep Josh Allen in the pocket upright, because if Josh Allen is able to scan the field and go to his targets, I think it's going to be easy for the Bills to win this game. But if he's scrambling, running for his life like a chicken with his head cut off, it could be a long game. It could. So keep Josh Allen upright. That's number one. Number two, man, look, by all means necessary, stop Josh Jacobs. That's it. Right? I mean, but you have to devote all of your attention. Sean McDermott, this is to you now. You have to devote all of your attention to stopping Josh Jacobs. You say, Rev, Josh, he didn't do much last game. I don't care what he did last game. I don't care that he didn't have, a very good statistical game last week against the Broncos. But that doesn't mean anything, because when you look at what he did against the Broncos, he had 19 carries for 48 yards. And you're like, 48 yards is bad. 2.5 yards per carry is bad, Rev. You're tripping. Josh Jacobs, I'm not worried about him. You better be. Because it's less about his numbers and the stat sheet, and it's more about the consistency and the willingness of Josh McDaniel to continue to run the rock, no matter what Josh Jacobs does, to continue to pound that rock for 4 straight quarters. They're going to try to wear the defense of the Buffalo Bills out. So whether or not Josh Jacobs is rushing for 100 yards or if he's rushing for 50 yards, it really doesn't matter to them. They just want to be consistent at it and impose their will upon the Buffalo Bills defensive line, who struggled to stop the run last week. Okay? Showed some leakiness. You know what I'm saying? And so you better believe that Josh McDaniels and that offense are going to test the Buffalo Bills run defense to see if they have put some Flex Seal on that mug, you know what I'm saying, to stop that leak. They're going to test him out, man. They really are. And Josh Jacobs is a guy that they have to key in on him. I know that they have Devontae Adams on the outside. I get it. I know they have Hunter Renfrow, who is a very capable wide receiver in this National Football League. And it could be tempting for the Bills to really play coverage, thinking that, hey, we'll stop and run with 4. You better don't do that. Don't do it at all. Because when you look at what the Raiders did last week, Jimmy G had a very, very efficient game. It was very efficient. Wasn't a whole lot in terms of numbers, but it was just very efficient, man. Let me pull up Jimmy G's numbers. Okay? And I ain't really here, you know what I'm saying, just to talk on and on and on about the Raiders. But this bodes into the key matchups, and the reason why I'm saying that the Bills need to focus in on Josh Jacobs and stopping Josh Jacobs. Jimmy G last week went 20-26, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Very efficient, right? 76.9% completion rate. But in the passing game, he averaged just under 8 yards per pass. The reason they were very efficient in the passing game was because of their commitment to the run game, even though Josh Jacobs didn't run for a whole lot. It was the threat of Josh Jacobs that opened up the pass. So if the Bills come into this game and decide, hey, we're just going to focus on the passing game, they're going to be in trouble. They're going to be in trouble. So they need to key in on Josh Jacobs. If they can stop Josh Jacobs, I think the Buffalo Bills are going to be all right because they can put the Raiders they can make him one-dimensional. That's what I'm trying to say. They make the Raiders one-dimensional, then it bodes well into the Buffalo Bills' strength, which is the pass defense, and surprisingly, so far, their pass rush. All right? So that's key to the game, number 2. All right? But you know another key to the game? Another key to the game is making sure that you guys check out my man and check out our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. Let's hear a word from our quick sponsor real quickly, and I'll be right back. Check this out.
Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. It's also the fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. In the PREGAME game, you can pick whether your favorite players will have a higher or lower stat total in that week's game for a chance to win big. And as you already know, I'm going Josh Allen higher in yards every single week. So sign up today with promo code Buffalo Fanatics and get your first deposit doubled up to $100. Visit UnderdogFantasy.com or find them in the App Store. And don't forget to register with promo code Buffalo Fanatics to get your first deposit doubled up to $100.
A shout out to Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you guys go ahead and cop that. Let's get it, baby. Next key to the game. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know your keys to the game today. What is it going to take for the Buffalo Bills to win? Okay, so we talked about the offensive line, keeping Josh Allen upright. We've talked about the making sure the defense, Sean McDermott, keys in on Josh Jacobs. I think another key to the game is making sure that Josh Allen himself is settled. My man Josh Allen needs to be settled this game. So Ken Dorsey, this is on you, really. Making sure that Josh has easy passes, easy outlets. Get him in a rhythm early and often. Don't let him sit back in the pocket. Do kind of some of the same things that you did last game by having him get the ball out of his hands quickly, but make sure that Josh Allen is settled. I don't know what you got to do to make sure that his head is on right and he's not, still thinking about those picks that he threw last week, but get him in an early rhythm. Get him in an early rhythm. I actually kind of like how the Buffalo Bills last week went in that 2-minute offense, right? When they needed to get in position to kick a game time field goal to go into overtime, man, that offense picked it up. So if they can figure out a way to incorporate some of that hurry, no huddle type of offense to get these guys in a rhythm early and often, I think it's going to be good and it's going to bode well for the Buffalo Bills. Get out to an early lead, and if they can get out to a 2-score lead on these guys, you're going to make them one-dimensional. So then you're not going to really have to worry about Josh Jacobs too much, right? Get out to a 14-point lead, make them one-dimensional, then it bodes well for the Buffalo Bills. So those are my 3 keys to the game. Let me know what your keys to the game is. Drop them in the chat. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Let's keep it moving, man. I told you this is rapid fire style, baby. So we talked about key matchups. We talked about keys to the game. Now, I need some bold predictions, baby. I need bold predictions. Give me your bold predictions in this game. Go ahead and drop those, right? Drop those in the chat right now. Bold predictions. Okay? Let me think about it. For me. As I scroll through this chat right now, I need to see what you guys think are some bold predictions. Because for me, let me think about it. Because this is going to be different than a hot take. A bold prediction for me will be Josh Allen will not throw a single interception in this game. He will not only will he not throw a single interception in this game, he won't have a turnover in this game either. So that's interceptions, that's lost fumble, everything. Josh will have a clean game. No turnovers, no interceptions, no fumbles, nothing. Completely clean. Now you say, man, how is that bold? Well, I mean, Josh has been leading the league in turnovers for the past few years, right? He caught 4 up last week. So to me, I think that's bold, man. No turnovers. None. And I'll even one up myself. I'll put another one on top of that. The Bills defense will be responsible for 2 turnovers in this game, whether it be strip sack, fumble, or fumble recovery, or interception. The Bills defense will get 2 turnovers. They will cause 2 turnovers in this game. Those are my bold predictions for the game. Let me see. I'm scrolling through the chat, man. You guys let me know, man. I'm trying to see, but I don't really see nothing. Show me your bold predictions. I see a lot of score predictions, but we're gonna hold on for score. We're gonna talk about the score predictions here shortly. Let me know some of the bold predictions that you guys have about this game. Bold predictions about this game. Let me see here. Does anybody think that? Oh man, I think if I say that, that's going to be a hot take. And I said that last week, and so I'm not going to use it this week. D-Rod said, that's a jinx for us, Rev. Yo, this is gonna be a crazy game, man. I'm really feeling it. I am not concerned at all about this game. I think the Buffalo Bills are gonna come out here and handle business like they need to handle business. They're gonna do these things. Josh Allen's gonna have a very clean game. I'm calling it right now, man. Josh Allen, no turnovers. The defense will be responsible for 2 turnovers of their own. But you know what? I've got somebody else, man, who's sitting here in the background, who's looking like he's got a whole lot to say about this matchup against the Raiders. And all I need is for him to give me a thumbs up to let me know if he's good to go. If he's good to go. My man is ready. Let's bring him on in here, baby. It's none other than the Rico. What's up, baby?
What's up? What's happening, people?
Chilling, man. How you feeling, man?
How are we doing today, bro?
Bro, I'm feeling good, man.
Are we ready to beat some ass today or what?
Dude, we are.
Are we ready to
beyond ready for that, man. Dude, this is redemption game. This is Josh Allen redemption. Gonna shut everybody up. Let them know that I ain't gone nowhere.
Is it though?
I think so, man.
Is it?
I think so, man. Come on. All right. So it sounds like you kind of are expecting something different. So what is it that you expect out of Josh Allen in this game? What do you think that he's gonna do?
This is most people might not want to look at it this way and think it's just it's an absolute guarantee that the Bills are gonna just come around and turn it around and whoop some ass. I mean, the Raiders are 1-0. I mean, they didn't have the year they wanted to have last year. Last year, they were supposed to have a pretty damn good year. And Devontae, he's like, yo, I didn't come over here for this bullshit, man. Like, I really want to compete. And look at Pierre. Pierre is all like, we're gonna win, and we're gonna win by 40. Listen, that's the same shit you guys were pulling week 1. And all of a sudden, we are crying because, you know what I mean, we had a bad game. Guess what?
Who crying? I ain't crying.
We didn't have a great game against the Dolphins, but we won. We didn't have a great game against the Bengals, and we didn't have that's 3 straight games that wasn't great. Although we did get a dub out of that Dolphins game, but we're going up against Skylar Thompson. So, like, let's bring it down a little bit. Now, we should come back and bounce back, but like to think it's going to be a guarantee, I'm not buying it. However, I do expect a win, but it ain't just going to be it's just going to be a beatdown. Now, Josh, and this is the point I was going to try to make, is Josh has an interesting amount of pressure on him because he has to be able to have a solid game and not go back to the mistakes he made the last game. Now, but does he become gun shy? I hope he doesn't have that mentality because that 4 interception game could really mess with you. It could really mess you. 4 turnover game, 3 interception game can really mess with you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping. Who the heck is calling me at from? Anyway, I'm hoping that he does put it behind him and he embraces that pressure to put it on and to pour it on. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want him to, like not be himself. Like when Dorsey was like, "Yo, we're taking away design runs," I didn't sit well with me. Taking away design runs, that's what he does. That's him.
Yeah,
that's what Josh Allen does. You give him a little bit of both, and he will shine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But to expect that it's gonna
that
be
to me,
a
man.
beatdown, I
Yeah, I think
don't think it's gonna be.
you have to get Josh in a rhythm, right? In a rhythm, and
You
you know what works
do,
best for him. You know what works best for him. He likes to
you
run the
do.
ball. He likes to get hit. He likes to get popped, early
Listen,
on.
let me tell you
So you
something.
got to let him do it.
Let me tell you something. There's sometimes where like if any of you guys have played football before, and sometimes the game starts off lackadaisical and whatever until somebody gets popped real good,
Yeah,
and then it wakes you up and say, okay, now let's go. Sometimes
yeah,
Josh needs that pop. You know what I'm saying? Or that shove out of bounds, or him stiff arming some guy to say, all right, I'm that dude. But look, you keep him in the pocket and no design runs, fam. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it changes who Josh is.
yeah.
But it's all going to start with the O line, and
Oh,
he's
facts.
gotta have a level of trust in the O line, and we
Yeah,
already know Mitch Morse is already banged up a little bit. I think he had a hand injury. I
finger
know he's
injury.
still
Yeah.
playing,
Uh-huh.
but he does have that lingering. Obviously, we already know Spencer Brown had his struggles in week one. He needs a huge bounce back, although it is against Crosby. Max Crosby is a dog. But he has to bounce back. There's
It
like the same way Josh Allen needs to bounce back, so does freaking Spencer Brown. Spencer
Okay. Let
Brown,
me ask you this question though:
go ahead, man.
Is it possible for Spencer Brown to even have a comeback game, a
He
bounce back game?
has to. It's not
Like
even
we know it's
possible. He
possible for
has to.
Josh because we've seen it before, but what have we seen from Spencer Brown to let you know that hey man, he can have a bounce back game, especially against a guy like Max Crosby? I for one don't think he has it in him. I don't. I'm
And
expecting to see a whole lot of Dawson Knox chipping and helping out.
they'll probably bring some help over. But like there comes a time where it's like man to man. You know what I'm saying? Like step your game up. You know what I'm saying? Forget
Yeah,
about like, you know what I mean? Like the team and everybody has got to do their 111 and stuff like that. But like Spencer Brown, like, okay, you mean let them things drop. Let them
yeah,
things drop and show us what you got, man. 6'8", 310, like impose your will on these guys, man. Your arm length, like my goodness, man.
yeah.
You should be able to jack these guys up. Like
He
you
should,
got
but he has no anchor, man. He
he
just has
has
no
to.
anchor.
He's gonna have to. You've got to.
Yeah,
Like answer the bell. You got to answer the
yeah,
bell. The same way Josh has to answer the bell in how he played last week, and he knows it, and we all know it. And you know he's gonna bounce back. Spencer Brown, you got to do the same damn thing. You got to. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
We need you guys.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say I just don't expect it out of Spencer Brown. He has to do it, but I don't expect him to do it alone. I'll say it like this: I don't expect him to do it alone. He's gonna need a lot of help. Osiris Torrance gonna have to help Chip, and Dawson Knox gonna have to help Chip. But back to your point about Josh Allen, um, I I don't think Josh Allen's gonna get shy at all.
I hope he doesn't.
Josh Allen, you can't. I mean, Josh Allen for crying out loud. I mean, he was throwing the ball down the field last week when he shouldn't have done it. He should have taken the cheese underneath, and he still was slinging it. I don't think you're going to be able to get that out of Josh Allen's game. So I think he's still going to be trying to test the defense. Let's just be real. The Raiders secondary is not like the Jets secondary. Although they have some pretty good guys. Marcus Peters is a guy I'm looking forward to, but Josh Allen is still going to test that secondary at some point during the game. I don't see him being gun shy. My thing is, it's all on Ken Dorsey, in my opinion. Well, not necessarily all on him, but it's up to him to make sure that he gets Josh in an early rhythm, get the offense moving. I liked what I saw out of the offense early on in the last game against the Jets. Quick passing, get it out, understanding that you don't have the protection that you need to against a good defensive line, especially at Spencer Brown. So get the ball out of Josh Allen's hands into his playmakers fast, early and often. Get Diggs involved, get Hardy involved, get Gabe Davis involved, and even incorporate James Cook in the pass game as well. If you can get that early motion, the early mojo going, and the Bills can capitalize even on an early score, 7 points in their first drive, that is going to bode well for the Bills' confidence going forward in the rest of this game.
You nailed it. You've got to get him in a rhythm. You got to scheme it right. And in my opinion, I think Dorsey did that.
He did it good. He did a good job last week.
Josh Allen is who got in his own way. Josh Allen
Yeah.
got in the way of Josh Allen. Josh Allen got in the way of getting a dub against the Jets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So at the end of the day, are the Bills going to win this game? They should. They should definitely.
They will. They will.
They should. And they
Rico, say it, man. Come on, man.
They will. Nothing is guaranteed. That's why I won't say they will win this game. No, they should win this game, and they should win it convincingly.
Convincingly, yes.
Roster match that roster. We're just better. We're just better at the end of the day. So we should win this game. So, and what needs to happen in this game, and I
Mhm.
know a lot of people are really gung ho on James Cook, and James Cook is that dude and all that stuff. And I like James Cook. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on James Cook. But something that stood out to me, and this is a question for you, and this is a question.
Mm.
Wipe that smirk off your face because
I don't think you,
ask you a question.
Rob.
I'm
I
about to
ain't
ask you a
buying it,
question,
man.
and then I want you to answer it. Answer
Go
me
ahead.
and honestly answer me truthfully.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right.
I got you.
DeAndre Swift is about
Yeah.
5'9", 215. All right. He ain't
All
a
right.
big boy. He's got some weight on him. Don't get me wrong. But we had DeAndre Swift ran for what, 28 touches. 28 touches and 150 plus yards. Is there any moment that you could see Dorsey saying, you know what, James Cook, you're going to be our guy. I'm going to give you 28 touches. Could you ever see that?
No,
How come? How come?
never.
Why not?
Because I don't think that's their philosophy on offense. I think they believe that as long as they have Josh Allen, the offense is going to run through him. And I think they have the idea that taking the ball out of his hands is more detrimental to the offense than having him pass the ball. You know what I'm saying? So even though I don't necessarily agree with it 100%, I think there needs to be more of a balance in the run game. I just don't think that Dorsey and them, their philosophy leans in that direction of having a running back get that many carries. In my
But
opinion, you need to do whatever it takes to win the game. If that means
okay,
handing the ball off 20 plus times, then do it.
this is what I was thinking. 'Cause
I just don't think that's what they want to do.
I'm not even comparing. It's just that I saw what DeAndre Swift was doing. I was like, I wonder if like it's not like he's a big boy. Like it's not like he's like um Josh Jacobs, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that could take that because of the size that he is. But I'm like, would Dorsey ever, like, if he feels that James Cook is hot, would he just continue to feed James Cook and keep going? I always wondered that. So, and I bring this up
Mm,
because I'm like, I'd love to see more of James Cook. And I've been saying this. I want to see more of him. I don't want to give you 10 carries and then you minimize the amount of carries you give him in the second half. Like,
yeah.
let us see what this second round draft pick can do. Give him the ball, give him the carries, and we go from there. Like we
Okay.
all know, Josh doesn't have to have a $400 game, 400 yard game every week. Sometimes
Yeah.
let me rest on your guys that can do the job, right? So that's number one. That's
So I've
that's
got
the one thing I
so
want to. I'm curious to see if Dorsey leans a little bit on the run game, if it's there. Another
yeah.
thing, don't you want to see a little bit more of Gabe Davis? And not that
Don't
Gabe
even get me
Davis,
started on Gabe Davis, man.
not that Gabe Davis is some bum. He's not no bum. But I'd like to see a little bit more packages. I mean, made for him to kind of get him going. Because once you get Gabe Davis going, because you know Stephon Diggs is gonna have his moments all
Yeah.
the time. But you gotta get Gabriel Davis going. Once you get Gabriel Davis going, guess who else gets going? Josh Allen gets going. Then he starts cooking. And then he
Mhm.
becomes unstoppable because now he's like, I can go anywhere. And then we haven't even touched on Dalton Kincaid. So get your number two, you know what I'm saying, available. Get him moving around. So that way you're dialing because 14, no matter where, he's gonna get open.
Yeah.
Get Gabe Davis open, get him worked in, work him out, and then now we become that offense that we're accustomed to of like, yo, we will hang
Yeah.
30 on you. But like,
Yeah.
how many points
The
did we
well,
put up
the
that last week? 16?
Yeah, it was bad. It
That's
was
not
bad.
enough.
And the Bills offense is best when they spread the ball out. Right, when they spread the
I
ball out, we
mean,
can go back to 2021, 2022, when they had when it was Diggs, Beasley, Sanders, Davis, you know what I'm saying? They spread the ball out more. I think now with the absence of Beasley, I still think that the Bills are missing Cole Beasley inside in the slot, but that's another conversation. Um, I think they have leaned more to Stephon Diggs because they're not getting that production from Gabe Davis like they probably should or they expect as he's moving up into the wide receiver 2 position now, that role. And now they have a young guy in Dalton Kincaid in the slot, but he's not really a Cole Beasley type of guy. He's just like, he looks very good, but he's not Cole Beasley. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is and I agree with you, they have to get these other guys involved more. However they decide to do it, they just need to go ahead and do it because if they continue, it cannot continue to be the Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs show this year. If they continue to do that, it's not going to work. It really isn't going to work if they keep on trying to do that because teams are going to zero in on it and they're going to shut that down. right? And so we need guys like Gabe Davis to step up. I talked about him yesterday on my show. Gabe Davis is already on my put up or shut up list. In 2 weeks I need him to put up or shut up this game. He has to do it. I believe in him. I've stuck my neck out for this guy, but he needs to be more consistent. When I look at the tape and I seen some of the, like that one interception that Josh had on sideline, and you spoke to it, he ran a terrible route. It was a terrible route. Josh shouldn't have thrown it. Gabe should have ran a better route. Okay. We know that that's not his weak. It's not his strength running routes, but Gabe Davis has to do more and provide more for the offense. And that's also going to go on Ken Dorsey to make sure he figures out a way to get him involved better instead of just having this guy run 16 yards down the field, you know what I'm saying, which bodes to his 50% catch rate over the course of his career. You've got to do something different with Gabe Davis and get him involved more on the short to underneath routes than just having him be a clear out guy. And then you also got a guy in Deontay Hardy who you brought in this offseason who looked very good so far in the early parts of last game, but they need to do that more often. Utilize his skill set better. Spread the ball out, man. Stop going vertical and go more horizontal, sideline to sideline. Get these guys going so that way Josh is able to scan the field and you wear the defense out. You wear them out because, I mean, come on, the probability of going deep every single play or whatever is very small, right? But if you can get these guys going sideline to sideline, utilizing the speed and the strength of these receivers that you have, which are very good, the Bills' offense is almost unstoppable, man. So we need to see that from these guys. We already know, like you said, it's going to be Diggs getting involved early and often, but I need to see some kind of output from the other guys on this team to really justify why we went out and spent some money on Deontay Hardy, why we got Trent Sherfield on here who didn't have a snap, you know what I'm saying, last game. Dalton Kincaid, we need more out of him. So, yeah, I agree with you, man. We need all hands on deck offensively.
And this is where the role players got to play their part. The role players got to play their part in order for this whole thing to work. Once a championship team, everyone has their role. And once everybody understands what their role is and they play their role to their best of their abilities, bro, that team becomes unstoppable. That's what gets your championship teams. So like once everybody's got to put get in your role. You know what I'm saying? If Deontay Hardy's your guy that is supposed to be your Isaiah McKenzie that does the gadget stuff and getting down deep and so on and so forth. All right, let's take a shot and let's try to figure some things out. Utilize these guys where they're supposed to be utilized, man. Like, let's go. I mean, we should be able to win this game. There should be, obviously, it's going to present some challenges because it's the NFL. You're going to present some challenges. You're going to have to stop Josh Jacobs. You're going to have to put something on Devontae Adams. Devontae is just that nasty dude. Their tight end Mayer. I don't know how much Mayer plays. I know he's sharing time with the starter at tight end. And then Hunter Renfrow had one catch last week? I think 0 catches. I can't recall what he had. He played a lot, but very targeted maybe one time. So that middle of the field, they're going to try to get Hunter Renfrow get him going. So this is where defensively we're going to have to stay disciplined. We're going to have to stay within the confines of that defense, right? Get after Jimmy G. Jimmy G ain't got no cannon for an arm. He's just going to methodically get after you. So we just got to make sure that we play our D. Are you surprised about the and I know we're gonna end this thing soon because but Kyer Elam once again on the inactive list. Not that I'm shocked by it because I'm not shocked by it. I mean, things aren't gonna change. Like it's just gonna remain the same. I'm looking for a big game from Christian Benford. I love what I'm seeing from Christian Benford.
I love Benford, dude.
I want to see more of him. And I want to see both our safeties be more impactful in this game. I mean, causing turnovers, you know what I mean, saying getting in the box and all that stuff. So this is gonna be a fun game. This is a good bounce back game. We need this game. We should win this game. And I'm looking forward to it, man. So we're about to get started. I know you did some hot predictions and bold predictions. I'm not sure if you did hot takes.
I didn't do hot take yet.
All right, but let's get to a hot take and then we'll go to score predictions and let's freaking rock this thing. What you got?
Let's do it, man. All right.
Let's
hot take.
Hot take.
Hot take.
Hot take. I'm talking about so hot. I mean, you're like, I don't know if I want to put it out there, but I'm putting it out there anyway. What you got?
All right. Let me let you go first.
All right. Hot take.
Go first.
This is a hot take. All right. I mean, hot enough that I feel like this might be this is gonna be the Dalton Kincaid game. I feel like we saw the Stephon Diggs game, 10 catches, 100 yards, a touchdown. But this is where we see Josh Allen say, okay, we found our second round draft pick. we gonna feed him the ball. Who's going to be able to cover him? Who's going to be able to stay with him? I say we have a huge game from Kincaid. I think this is the Kincaid game. This is where he's introduced to the NFL. So that 4-catch, 26 yards last week, I think we double that up to like 8 to 9 catches. And I think he goes over 100 yards this game. 100 yards, 8 to 9 catches, Dalton Kincaid. That's my hot take. Let's go.
Oh, nice. I like it. I actually would love it to happen.
I would love that. Wouldn't we all? They'll be like, it's justified that we got him in the first round. Let's go.
Absolutely. My hot take, man, for me is, and I think this is maybe I may have had the same hot take last week. I can't remember, but I'm gonna pivot.
Run it back.
I'm gonna pivot to the man in the backfield, baby.
It's good.
Because it's hot. It's so hot, like it's probably highly improbable. But nevertheless, I'm looking at James Cook, man. I liked what I saw out of James Cook, and I'm gonna. I'm riding with Cook this year because of his versatility and what he offers. I am going to say James Cook is going to take over this game, both not just in the backfield, but also coming out of the backfield and passing. I'm going to say James Cook is going to have over 100 yards all-purpose today, and I'm gonna go ahead and throw it. Let me see here. I'm gonna give James Cook 2 touchdowns today, 1 running.
I like it.
1 receiving.
I like it. And 100 yards per all-purpose?
100 yards all-purpose.
I think you can get harder than that, though. I say 100 yards rushing and 50 yards receiving.
Oh.
You got to go hot. If you're going to go hot, go hot.
All right. So I'll see your 50 yards receiving. I'll keep the 50 yards receiving, and I will go $125 on the ground.
I like it.
$125 on the ground.
I like with it. And that's why we're going to get right into the score prediction. I need your score prediction.
All right, let's do it, man.
What score you got? I'm going to let you go first.
Score prediction for me. Look, I mean, contrary to Rico's opinion, I think that this game is not going to be close. I think the Buffalo Bills are going to have going to get out to an early lead, and put the Raiders in some bad positions. They're going to be one-dimensional. It's going to be 33-16 Buffalo Bills over the Las Vegas Raiders.
33-16. I actually really like that. I like that score. I like that a lot. Shout out to my man Silas Whittle. Silas Whittle comes in with his hot take. He says, you know what? Josh goes for 4 total touchdowns, 0 turnovers. Harris and Cook combined for 175 yards.
Like it.
So I guess we're giving what? We'll give Harris 50 yards, 75 yards. We'll give Harris 75 yards. We'll give Cook 100. I don't mind that.
Yeah,
that's actually very doable, extremely doable.
Yeah, I use that as a bold take. I said Josh is going to have 0 turnovers this game.
I like that. See, I effort that, and he needs to have that.
Yeah,
he has 0 turnovers. That's great. So, you know what? This is what I'm saying. I'm going. Bills are putting up 30 for sure. We got to put up 30 points to kind of show that we are back. Quit. I was about to cut. Quit doubting us. You know what I'm saying? Quit doubting us, and we could do this. That last week was an anomaly. It was the Jets. It is a divisional game. They're always played tough. This is still a conference game. We can't lose this conference game. I'm going 35. No, Tyler Bass is gonna have a couple field goals. Give me 37. Give me 37-19. 37-19. I think between 37, 18, 19. Give it to. They're not getting over 20. They're not getting over 20. So I say 37-19 Bills. And that should be that we should be able to take care of business. So that being said, the game is about to start very shortly. Folks, we need this win. And it's so weird for us to say we need this win, but we do, because you can't go 0-2 in the conference.
Can't do it.
0-1 in the division. You can't. You just can't.
No way.
So we need to build our momentum, because guess what? We have the Washington Commanders next week, and then we have the Dolphins the week after that. So we need to correct all the issues, bring it back, and let's get it going. You know what I'm saying? So this is the one. We got to listen, 30 points. We got to get 30 points. Me and Rev are both on it, 30 points, and they're under 20 points. That's just what it got to be. We got to put 30. We got to put up 30. And I'd love to see the Dalton Kincaid game happen today. And I'd love to see James Cook go off. I want it. Yeah. I want it. Everybody's talking about how James Cook is so great. I want to see greatness today, James Cook. I don't want to
just do it, man.
Good back was Devin Singletary. I don't want to see good back. I want to see great back. Show me what you got, James Cook. We on that, because Breece Hall was great last week. I want you to look great too. And that's the word we going to do.
And Josh Jacobs is great too.
hey, listen, you're going up against a dog and Josh Jacobs. So
man, that's a dog.
Let's go, man. Oh, by the way, on the defensive side,
Yeah.
I would love Christian Benford to have a massive game.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
you know what? Whittle just said this too, and we need to see the New England Patriots beat the Dolphins. That would be freaking amazing. That would
We
be
need
amazing.
that, man.
Oh,
We need that going
We
into
need
week
that. We
3.
need that.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah,
Week
we
4,
need that.
yeah.
Anyway, big Bills win. We need that. We should get that. Rev, you held it down today. I appreciate you, Doc. And we definitely gonna do it again. And listen, guys, catch us after the game, post-game show with your boy. And then after that, you know what I'm saying? Myself, Pierre, and Bobby, we're gonna record the barbershop, and then we'll put it out a little later for the masses. But our members get the first shot at it first. All right. So that being said, folks, it's Bills time. It's win time.
Pierre the Kingpin right now, baby.
Yeah, let's go, man. So, folks, we'll catch you guys on the flip side. And I mean, there's nothing else for us to say, man. Go Bills.
Go Bills, baby. Let's get it.
Go Bills, baby. Let's go. We'll catch you guys, and we'll see you after the